used to go after the worst of the worst, didn't you?
Yes, I believe so.
You went after people who looked at child porn.
Yes.
People who were sexually exploiting children.
Yes.
And then you were in the parking lot of a school board meeting, taking down the information of parents. What happened to the cases that you were working to protect our communities from the worst predators that exist?
I was told they were not to be resourced, and then after I was suspended, they were handed off to local law enforcement.
Wow, that is just corruption. And that guy was sent. He was prosecuting and investigating people who were doing crimes against children. Then he was sent to go spy on parents. FBI whistleblower Steve Friend saying he was taken off child crimes and moved to just going around to school board meetings to target parents for speaking up. Democrats won't even give him the time of day. Watch this.
Y'all have employment grievances. That doesn't make you whistleblowers. I must say, listening to this hearing, I don't walk away convinced of anything other than we're listening to sad tales of certain individuals about their situation.
Wow. For more on this, let's bring in former California Congressman and CEO of Trump Technology and Media Group, Devin Nunes. Congressman, great to see you as always. You know, Democrats, they used to be in favor of whistleblowers. They actually worked very hard to get the whistleblower statutes. But now these agents get in their way of shredding the people's rights. Thus, these agents deserve to be attacked rather than protected. It kind of sickens me in a way. What about you?
Well, it should sicken you, and it should scare the hell out of millions of Americans, because this is the slow decay of institutional norms in this country. What you saw there is, you know, as you correctly identified, whenever the Democrats had a whistleblower, you know, a few years ago that ended up being a phony whistleblower, they went to all ends of the earth to protect those whistleblowers. They even engaged the Department of Justice and made threats that if anybody talks about them and names the whistleblower, you could be targeted for outing a whistleblower. And they even got the mainstream media to go along with it. They couldn't mention the whistleblower's name. I think even Newsmax is still under that ban. I won't even say the name because I don't want to get you or anybody else in trouble, or Newsmax in trouble. So think about that. Newsmax, me on your show, still cannot even name their phony whistleblower, who, by the way, it was a phony whistleblower. The tape got out there and all of that. It was somebody within the White House. It was somebody who had worked at the CIA. But these FBI agents come forward with real information, and they're immediately attacked by the Democrats in Congress, by the fake news media, and I think by the FBI and DOJ themselves, because what I understand is they've lost their security clearance. They haven't been paid. And then, you know, people that are trying to help them, the Democrats then turn around and attack them too. So not if we needed any more decay or any examples of how the institutions and our Democratic Republic are decaying. Here it is on a Friday, Chris, and we have another one.
Yep. Congressman, more shocking revelations, too, coming out of that Durham report. By the way, Durham waited until the statute of limitations had run out so nobody would ever be held accountable for all of his revelations. We learned the FBI reportedly dropped 4 investigations into the Clintons months before the 2016 election, as if it wasn't bad enough that the FBI said, hey, we've got evidence of a crime against Hillary, but we're not going to prosecute her, but we have no evidence of a crime, and we opened Crossfire Hurricane against Trump. The FBI in this country now is the new KGB, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. I think what you mean by that is they are the enforcement mechanism for the propaganda operation and the narratives that the left in this country wants to build in order to not only to gain power, but to hold and maintain power. And that's effectively what the Department of Justice and the FBI are doing. It's just plain and simple. And, you know, I really want to see what was the scope of Durham's investigation. You know, we gave him so much circumstantial evidence about what happened, you know, because we believe this whole operation started in late 2002 and early 2016, late 15, early 16. Yep. He didn't look at anything until it looks like July of 16. So who wrote the scope of that investigation? Why did they not do it? My guess, I think I know the reason why. The reason why is they did a deep state cover up. They're claiming, oh, you know, we have these allies around the world. We can't do anything about that. That's what they're hiding under. It's all nonsense. It's total nonsense. Okay. Somehow, some way, people remember this guy, an American citizen. His life was ruined. His name was Carter Page. He was spied on more than anyone. They used Carter Page to spy on a whole host of people, including, many others. And they made that up. They doctored all that evidence. Well, it's pretty damn important to know who lured Lord Carter Page into the UK back in the day, back in 2016. That's an important question that needs to be answered. And so much criminality has been done here. And I think that now Durham was clearly handicapped to some degree. And now it's really back in sadly, it's back into the halls of Congress where the Republicans, with their slim majority, are going to have to figure out how to navigate this, because they've only built on this. To your point, what you're seeing today, what you saw yesterday, you played those FBI whistleblowers. This is all ramifications of what happened in 15 and 16. They got away with it, and now they double down and they do more. It's like pouring jet fuel onto the fire. And the institutions are just burning down in a rapid pace.
Look, Congressman, my message to the Republicans who are in power right now in the House, they can't harm us if they don't have our money. Congressman Devin Nunes, always a pleasure, sir. Appreciate your time as always.